She's the daughter of a nuclear dictator, lives in $100 million mansions, flies in jets worth more than armies, yet no one has ever seen her face. No photos, no interviews, nothing. She's being raised in shadows, for a throne built on fear. And her story just turned terrifying. The billionaire ghost princess. She doesn't exist on paper. No birth certificate, no school records, no official photos. And yet, her presence haunts every palace hallway in North Korea. Whispers from defectors and spies speak of a girl born into unthinkable power, a child raised not with lullabies, but with legacy. She's not seen in public. She's not allowed to speak freely. And still, she may be the most important person in the country's future. Born to the world's most feared dictator, she lives in a different reality. A billionaire lifestyle hidden inside one of the darkest regimes on Earth. Her daily routine includes walks through marbled corridors patrolled by silent guards. Her nannies are trained in espionage. Her toys are gold-plated. Her classroom is a royal fortress guarded like a nuclear facility. She doesn't play in public parks. She rides luxury SUVs through underground tunnels. She doesn't have school friends. She has military strategists as mentors. This is not a child's life. It's the quiet construction of power behind velvet walls. While her people starve, she eats imported delicacies. While her country fears, she's groomed for the throne. And while most children dream of fairy tales, hers is being written in silence, control, and golden chains. This isn't just the story of a rich child. It's the making of a silent storm. A storm being built behind diamond curtains, and one day, it might lead a nuclear nation. Let's uncover 8 creepy secrets about the girl who may someday rule one of the most feared nations on Earth, while living a life even billionaires envy. The hidden birth of a dictator's daughter. Officially, she doesn't exist. North Korea has never released her name, her photo, or even confirmed her birth. But behind closed palace doors, her arrival was treated like the birth of a royal heir, not just a daughter, but a future symbol of power. According to defectors and leaked intelligence, her birth took place in one of Pyongyang's elite compounds. Not a hospital, but a private, gold-lined maternity chamber designed for absolute secrecy. The doctors were handpicked from the regime's top medical ranks. Their families were placed under surveillance. The staff present during her delivery were reportedly silenced, some permanently. Outside, the country suffered. Inside, everything sparkled. The nursery was filled with imported Italian fabrics. Security was tighter than any military base. No photos were allowed. No media reports. Even her cries were heard only by those who swore lifelong silence. For most children, birth is a celebration. For her, it was a classified event. No birth certificate. No national record. And yet, intelligence agencies across the world, from the CIA to South Korea's NIS, knew exactly who she was. Because in North Korea, blood means everything. She wasn't born into poverty like millions of starving citizens. She was born into a billion-dollar shadow, the daughter of a man who commands nuclear weapons and rules with absolute fear. From day one, her life was wrapped in mystery, wealth, and unshakable control. She may be invisible to the public, but to every intelligence agency in the world, she is already being watched. Palace built for a princess no one can see. Tucked behind military checkpoints and satellite jammers sits one of Kim Jong-un's most secret properties, a $100 million mega mansion so heavily guarded, even top officials need clearance to enter. And inside it lives a girl no one is allowed to see. She doesn't walk into school every morning. Instead, she roams private lakes lined with imported swans. Her backyard isn't a garden. It's a curated forest with exotic animals brought in from African safaris and Russian zoos. Security cameras blink quietly from trees. Guards hidden in shadows track her every step, not because she's in danger, but because she's priceless. Underground, there are escape tunnels wide enough to fit armored vehicles. Rooms with blast-proof doors. Entire luxury wings accessible only by biometric ID. It's not just a home, it's a billionaire bunker. She travels inside bulletproof luxury SUVs. At times, even luxury yachts are moved across private lakes to simulate sea travel without ever risking exposure. The staff around her? Not ordinary workers. Each one is vetted by military intelligence, trained in counter-surveillance, and loyal beyond question. Her bedroom is said to have floors made of imported marble, her windows covered with gold-threaded silk. There are rumors of secret monitoring rooms, where every moment of her day is recorded, logged, and analyzed. To the outside world, this palace doesn't exist. To her, it's the only world she's ever known. And in that world, luxury is everywhere, but so is silence. Because when your father is the supreme leader, even your toys are watched. And your life becomes a fortress built from fear. The $500 million secret playground. Hidden behind high walls and guarded by silence lies something no ordinary child could ever imagine. A private amusement park built for just one girl. Not a simple playground. A $500 million luxury fantasy land. According to rare insider reports, the park includes imported European roller coasters, virtual reality chambers, and holographic projection rooms where scenes of any country, any city, or any battlefield can be simulated. In the center of it all stands a gold-plated carousel, rumored to have been designed in Switzerland and flown in under military escort. Every ride is custom-built. Every corner is bug-proofed. No crowds, no lines, no noise. Just a child, alone, spinning through a world crafted for control. While most North Korean children stand in hours-long food lines hoping for a bowl of rice, she rides horses on private islands. While others share tiny rooms with their families, she looks out over marble balconies through diamond-layered windows. And while their futures are shaped by struggle, hers is shaped by surreal luxury. Private jets wait on standby to fly her to nearby estates, each one fitted with child-sized cinemas, indoor water parks, and even art rooms with imported oil paints. It's said that her birthdays feature live performances by hand-picked musicians, flown in secretly, never allowed to speak her name. This isn't a playground. It's a $500 million stage, where innocence is wrapped in surveillance and fantasy is shaped by power. It's more than privilege. It's dystopian luxury, the kind that feels more like a dream or a warning. Trained like a future god. Most children are taught to read, to share, to play. But from the age of 5, she was taught to rule. Her days begin not with cartoons, but with commands. Foreign language drills, military briefings, geopolitical history. Each hour of her life is mapped out with the precision of a nuclear launch sequence. Her schedule isn't flexible. It's enforced. Elite tutors, hand-picked from Switzerland, Singapore, and Russia, are flown in under fake identities. They don't just teach. They follow scripts. Every lesson is reviewed by officials. Every conversation is logged. Her handwriting is reportedly tracked by AI software, scanning for signs of hesitation, rebellion, or emotional instability. Even her posture is monitored. She's not being raised like a child. She's being sculpted like a symbol. She practices formal bowing techniques before she can write full sentences. Her meals are prepared with diplomatic ceremony. And her toys? Strategic board games based on real-world war zones. This isn't just elite education, it's generational indoctrination. She studies the lives of emperors, dictators, and global monarchs. Not from schoolbooks, but from classified regime files. Some say her bedtime stories include war briefings. Others claim she's already memorized her father's key speeches. There's no room for mistakes. No margin for normal childhood. Because in the eyes of the regime, she isn't a girl. She's an heir. What kind of child is trained not to live, but to rule? Not to laugh, but to command? Not to explore the world, but to one day control it? She may wear soft pink dresses, but beneath them lies the mind of a leader in training. A life guarded by the dead. She is never alone. Guards patrol every hallway. Cameras track her every move. Microphones hidden in chandeliers listen for every whisper. And yet, she has no one to talk to. Every maid, every tutor, every staff member signs a silence pact. Not just a contract, a vow enforced by fear. One wrong word, one accidental glance, and they disappear. It's said that those who have served in her palace are never seen again outside. Some are reassigned. Others vanish without explanation. Because protecting her is not just about safety, it's about secrecy. Even her toys are monitored. Insiders claim her dolls have GPS chips inside them. Her playroom uses facial recognition to detect unfamiliar faces. Every corner is designed to look beautiful, but functions like a security checkpoint. Her bedsheets are made of imported silk, but her windows don't open. Her walls are soundproof, not to keep noise out, but to keep her thoughts in. Trained guards follow her everywhere, but they never speak casually. Even her nannies are ex-intelligence agents. Loyalty is mandatory. Affection is forbidden. She lives inside what looks like a paradise, but behaves like a high-security prison. This is not the billionaire lifestyle shown on Instagram. There are no smiles, no freedom, no joy, only routine, monitoring, control. She is rich beyond measure. Her world is gold, marble, and velvet. But every luxury comes wrapped in silence. Every shadow might be watching, and every person near her may already be dead inside. Because when you are raised by a regime built on fear, even love becomes dangerous. Luxury, loyalty, and bloodlines. In a country where loyalty is more valuable than gold, bloodline is everything. And hers is sacred. North Korean officials don't call her a child, they call her a legacy. A symbol. A future leader crafted by history itself. To them, she isn't just the daughter of a dictator. She's the heir to a dynasty, a living extension of the regime's unbroken rule. Inside palace walls, she's treated like royalty. Her title is whispered with reverence. Her routines are followed with military precision. Her presence is never questioned. Underground garages beneath the palace hold fleets of custom luxury vehicles, bulletproof, hand-built, and silently waiting. Luxury sedans with zero engine noise. Chauffeur-driven luxury SUVs with biometric locks. Custom interiors lined with silk, platinum, and carbon armor. All untouched, all preserved, for the moment she's activated. Military jets stand ready. Routes are pre-cleared. Palaces in multiple provinces are already fitted to match her preferences. The system is built. The switches are in place. The only missing piece is time. Meanwhile, the country above ground crumbles. Citizens stand in ration lines. Power outages are daily. Parents whisper about escape. But underground, beneath the starving soil, a billion-dollar future hums in silence. For her, the billionaire lifestyle isn't just a privilege, it's protocol. Imported perfumes, silk-lined wardrobes, personalized chefs trained in 5 cuisines. Every detail designed not for pleasure, but for power. Because when your bloodline decides the fate of a nation, luxury is not a reward, it's a preparation. The people may suffer, the world may watch, but her throne is being polished, in secret. And North Korea's next supreme ruler might already be dressed for it. The DNA of power. In most parts of the world, a child's future is shaped by choice. But in Pyongyang's inner circle, the future is written in blood. Her DNA is not just a genetic code. It is treated as prophecy. To the ruling elite, she carries more than a name. She carries destiny. She is the granddaughter of a god, the daughter of a supreme leader, and the living embodiment of a dynasty that worships itself. That belief runs deeper than tradition. It's built into the foundation of power. Sources say multiple luxury mansions across North Korea have already been designated in her name. Each one fitted with secret tunnels, private spas, imported Italian interiors, and war room-level command centers disguised as living spaces. These aren't homes. They're palaces in waiting. Officials don't just protect her, they revere her. Gifts arrive weekly, hand-painted portraits, ancient scrolls, gold-plated toys blessed in secret rituals. Some say military officers salute before entering her residence, even when she's not present. She's being taught not just to lead, but to believe she was born to. When a child is told they're special, they might grow up confident. But when a billionaire child is told they're divine, what do they become? This is no longer about wealth. This is myth-making. A girl raised not just in gold, but in worship. Not just in privilege, but in prophecy. And when a regime builds its future on the idea that one bloodline must rule forever, even her heartbeat becomes a national symbol. But what happens when that child begins to believe it? What kind of power is created when a billionaire believes they were born as more than human? The golden cage of the next supreme leader. While her father builds missiles in underground silos, she practices formal speeches inside marble halls. While millions of her people survive on crumbs, she studies the language of diplomacy, statecraft, and absolute power. Her life sparkles on the outside, with imported luxury, elite protection, and global-level wealth. But inside, it's a cage. Not one of steel, but one built from expectation, control, and bloodline prophecy. She's being raised not just as a daughter, but as a destiny. A carefully sculpted figure for a future already written, a role she never chose. In her world, there are no choices, only paths. No freedom, only rehearsals. She eats in silence, learns in isolation, lives in a fantasy carved from fear. And one day, she may be placed on a throne where her words control armies, and her silence controls millions. But will she truly rule? Or will she be ruled? Will she become the next supreme leader, feared by the world, worshipped by the regime? Or just a carefully dressed puppet, controlled by men hiding behind the curtains? Behind her gold-lined walls and velvet chambers lies something darker than power. It's the absence of self. Because when you are trained from birth to become a symbol, you forget how to be a person. And so the scariest truth isn't that she's being raised to rule North Korea. The scariest truth is, she may already believe it's her fate. The future of a nuclear empire might not wear a crown. It might wear a pink dress. You won't find her on red carpets. She doesn't post photos, doesn't chase fame. But behind closed palace gates, her life is wrapped in the world's darkest luxury. She is the ghost child of a nuclear empire. Untouchable, unseen, trained in power, surrounded by silence. And yet, still at her core, just a child. But a child raised in a world where fear is luxury, and legacy is law. So we ask, is this really the billionaire lifestyle? Or the most terrifying legacy ever created? She was born in gold, raised in shadows, and molded into something the world hasn't seen before. A future leader crafted not from freedom, but from prophecy. And if that future comes true, what will the world face? Backhand index pointing down. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Is she North Korea's next supreme leader? Or just another puppet in a golden cage? Tell us in the comments. And if this story made you pause, like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Global Billionaire 390, where luxury meets power and shadows tell stories no one else dares to.